Hello, good morning. I'm gonna do a little day in my life type of video where I just kind of bring you guys along the moments of my day. Every day is a bit different, but this morning we are out on a walk. It's 7:30 in the morning. We woke up around 6:30 and we are trying to beat the heat right now because it's so hot in Los Angeles right now. We're having a bit of a heat wave, so if we get up and get that walk in first thing in the morning, then it's nice and cool and we can just kind of get it out of the way. Anybody else's dog absolutely terrified of sprinklers? We've got some sprinklers up ahead. We're trying to get him to just learn to walk through it and not be so fearful. But then he always just jumps into it. Does that every time. Just got myself ready for the day. I need to make myself a matcha. I need to feed Blanca, and then I am going to bake something for a friend. Those are my top 3 things to do. I'm honestly feeling a bit blah right now. It's the second day of my period, so pretty normal for me, but I think a iced matcha might really help put me in the direction that I want to be feeling right now. You ready for some food? You ready? I like to keep Blanca's food in this copper tin can on the countertop. That matches with this little treats one because it just looks nice and it's easier to pour throughout the day. You guys have sent me messages on Instagram asking me what I'm feeding this big boy, and I'm so excited that Purina One is sponsoring today's video. This is the Purina One Smart Blend True Instinct. It is made without corn, wheat, or soy. This is what Lanka has been eating. We've been feeding him dry food in the morning, and then we mix his dry and this version of wet food as well. They have a wet food option. So we've been mixing them for the evening, and he's been loving this. This is his second bag of this. One of the main reasons why I'm so happy to be working with Purina is because of all the work they're doing to help find homeless pets their forever homes. Finding Lanka and bringing him home completely changed our lives for the best. And after going through that experience, I couldn't imagine doing it any other way. And once you bring your new pet home, there is no greater joy and responsibility than establishing a close and loving bond. It is one of the most essential components to building a healthy and happy life with your pet. I have been able to find an array of food options through Purina One for Lanka's specific nutritional needs. If you are interested in bringing a new pet home, I challenge you to adopt a homeless pet and join Purina One's mission to help reduce the number of pets in shelters. If you'd like more information, you can visit purinaone.com/shelterpets. All right, my friends, now it is time to spend the afternoon baking. I'm going to be making a chocolate chip banana zucchini bread, but gluten-free this time for my friend. She's gluten-free and it's her birthday. I posted this recipe to my Harvest Kitchen series on Instagram, but I did the non-gluten-free option. And today, for the first time, I'm gonna try out a gluten-free option. All right, I have my gluten-free flour here, my gluten-free chocolate chips, and so I'm gonna walk you guys through how I make this. I am pulling up my own newsletter to get the recipe right now because I listed the ingredients and the instructions in this week's newsletter. If you did not know, I do have a newsletter that comes out weekly every Tuesday. You can check out the link in my description box to sign up for it. That being said, let's get into this recipe. I found it here and I'm going to get all my ingredients ready. 1.5 cups of mini chocolate chips. I essentially just put the entire bag in there because that's kind of what it equals out to. We've got a 1/2 cup of canola oil. We're going to preheat the oven to 350. And I'm going to prep my loaf pan. I'm using this organic extra virgin olive oil. We have half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and then 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And then I will need a cup of finely shredded zucchini, so I will grab my little grater in a moment. As you guys can see, there's a lot going on in the garden right now. We are having a serious heat wave and it causes a whole bunch of things to be ready for harvest, like our tomatoes, more zucchini, our corn was ready this morning. We have more out there, but I want to give some of them a couple more days. Being here, okay, I just spilled the canola oil everywhere. Okay, I'm making a mess. I always make a mess whenever I'm baking or cooking. I am definitely not perfection in the kitchen. I try new things, I make mistakes, and I also make messes, and that's just the way that it works here. I'm gonna shred. We need about a cup. So I have kind of gotten to the point where I can eyeball about what a cup of the zucchini looks like. Whenever I shred anything, Lanka comes straight into the kitchen because he loves cheese so much. And normally when there's something shredding, it's cheese, so he knows the sound. He's right here. In a medium bowl, I'm adding 1.5 cups of flour. This is the gluten-free flour. In this bowl, I'm going to mix in the baking soda, the baking powder, and I would normally add a lemon. I don't have a lemon. It's fine without the lemon. What the lemon does do, it adds a little bit of a tang to it, which you don't really need. But if I did have a lemon, I would absolutely put it in here. I'm also going to add salt to this mix. This is kind of our dry mixture. And then I'm going to grab a wooden spoon and just mix this all together. We are going to use 2/3 cup of granulated sugar. So I'm adding that here, and then that's going to go in my artisan stand mixer bowl, which I'm going to use to mix this all up. It's very helpful. And then I'm also going to add the canola oil to this mix. I have the mixer going with the sugar and the canola oil, and then I'm going to add 1 large egg. While that is back there mixing, I'm going to mash my banana. Because this is gluten-free, I'm going to do a banana and a half to give it just a little bit more of that consistency. I feel like banana has a good way of like bringing everything together like gluten does to a certain extent. So I'm going to add both of these in. I'm going to add the zucchini first, and then I'll slowly add in the mashed banana. Now that everything has been mixing together, the very best part, chocolate chips. This consistency is definitely a bit different than my regular one. It's more watery with the tapioca flour. It's more of a powdery substance, so that kind of makes sense. Essentially, I will likely just have to cook it a bit longer. I would normally cook this for about 50 to 55 minutes for the regular all-purpose flour recipe, but I have a feeling this is going to be much longer just because it's just much more watery with the tapioca flour. So I'm gonna put this in and I'm going to check back on it in 50 minutes, but it will definitely not be ready. I put on some cozies and I'm waiting for the zucchini bread to continue baking. I got really nervous because the tapioca flour, when I first put it in, started to sort of bubble. I've never baked gluten-free before, so I was a little bit worried. But now that it's been about 30 minutes, it's starting to form into more bread-like substance. Alex is making a lentil soup.
Yeah, with Beyond sausages.
Yeah, so plant-based sausage and lentil stew, which sounds really nice. It's actually a bit cooler today than it's been. It's been like over 100 here for a while, and today is like a little bit cloudy. So we're just going with that and making a stew because it sounds really cozy and nice. I just pulled this out of the oven and it actually ended up baking quite nicely. It looks bouncy, and I added a little bit of chocolate chips up at the top because for some reason the flour seemed like it pushed all the chocolate chips down to the very bottom. So I wanted it to have a little bit of chocolate up at the top, but the consistency actually looks quite nice. Obviously it's different than the original, but even the sides here, like it's coming up off the pan, so it's not stuck in there. I'm gonna let it cool for a while before I pull it out, but it did turn out. I was kind of worried that it was gonna have to be scrapped, but it looks good. The moment of truth is when you try to flop this baby out. Should I be scared? I'm scared. Something seems stuck.
Flip it over. Flip it back over and just free it up. Oh, there you go.
It's coming. Is it stuck
Here.
though?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, I think it's working. I mean, it's so much darker. A piece of it is stuck in there. Tap the bottom of it. There we go. Shoot. Okay. It looks good. It looks good.
It's because all the chocolate chips stuck on the bottom.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
I'm gonna eat them all.
That's the thing about it. I noticed that. Oh
Careful,
no.
I would just
flip it again.
Just flip it right back in there. Hold
Oh
on.
no.
Don't oh no it. Just look it. Rotate.
Okay.
Okay, here, hold this.
I'm scared. Oh, good idea. Genius.
I'm 100% eating all of that. Put some ice cream on there. It's gonna be awesome.
Why did that happen? That's the thing about the tapioca flour is that I watched all of the chocolate chips just kind of like fall to the bottom of the mixture, when in all-purpose flour it like bounces in all of the, you know, the liquid. This one was so watery that they just dropped to the bottom. I knew that was gonna happen, so that's why I added more chocolate chip to the top so that it bounced out a little bit more, but.
It's good, it tastes good.
Interesting. I mean, there are a lot more chocolate chips that I put in there, so there's definitely some in there, but they're probably all at the bottom of the bread. But the banana and the zucchini will be a good enough taste, and like when she cuts through it, all of the chocolate's at the bottom. Here is the lentil soup that Alex made. I just put a little bit of parm on there. It's got lentil, plant-based sausage, celery, looks like some
Carrots and onion and garlic.
carrots and onion and garlic. Any beans?
No, just lettuce.
Yeah, cool, it looks so good. The carrot, I love these heirloom carrots that are like yellow and purple. So pretty. I'm making a little veggie box for Chrissy when I see her tomorrow, so I'm gonna cut this box right here and reuse it and just throw some goodies in there. Here is my finished veggie box. I didn't want to go too crazy because she's a single lady and I didn't want her to feel like overwhelmed with too many vegetables. I feel like this is a good amount. We've got a butternut, zucchini, cucumber, we've got 3 peppers, 3 tomatillos, a yellow squash, and a patty pan squash. And then she's got her zucchini bread. I am definitely going to jump in the bath now. That sounds an amazing way to end this day, especially because I'm on my period. I've said that probably like 3 times in this video, but my favorite thing to do when I'm on my period, especially on like the second day when I'm feeling crampy, is to take a bath. I've been really loving this brand, a la Fiat, I think is how you pronounce it. They sell it at Sprouts. This is for kids, this specific one. I use their body wash in both of our showers. This is a bubble bath, so I'm definitely going to be using this in the bath right now. It is the lavender lemon one. I am going to add this to my bath. This is not what I'm gonna add to my bath. This is gluten-free flour. I thought this was the Epsom salt. I will not be bathing in all-purpose flour. Let me show you what Epsom salt I got. If you get cramps or get stressed, I feel like the easiest self-care activity for me always is to take a bath. I just feel like it instantly relaxes me and just like makes me feel like I'm getting a good reset, which is always nice. So I am going to add this Epsom salt to the bath. It soothes tired and aching muscles, which I need, promotes a better night's sleep, and it's made with essential oils. So this is really, really lovely. I have used tons of different Epsom salts. This one's from Sprouts, but all Epsom salts are great. So I'm going to go on a walk with Alex and Lanka right now, and then I'm gonna take a bath, and that is going to be the end of my night. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys very soon in a new video. Good night.